Hi, welcome back to IT Landy Nugget course for ADFS Module 3. We spoke earlier about the authentication. For today, we're going to speak about device registration. In ADFS 2012 R2 and higher, they offer us device registration or DRS. DRS allow a user to register device with ADFS. Device to user mapping for both domain joint and non-domain joint. Also, DRS deploy as a user certificate device. Certificate subject name is mapped to AD. How that will look like for us? Something like this. This is the certificate. You can see the certificate and you can see the registered devices and you can see the schema getting written to your object within the attribute editor in AD. Let's talk about this in more details. Now, the ADFS DRS is targeted toward on-premise only customers. Uses AAD DRS with device write-back option if you have AD tenants. ADFS may consume the device to user mapping, authentication, seamless multi-factor, authorization, decision, and relaying party application may also leverage registered device like ADFS, update password, policies, and so on. Now, there are some dependency here. To be able to have the write back, you require Azure AD Premium license. If you have an Azure AD Premium license, then ADFS update password page used to be an example of application that could only be used from a device authenticated registered machines. Okay. However, this will later on be disappeared from R2 as well. Similar to any Microsoft activities. Every time they move on to the new server, they remove it from the old one. Now, how we can do this one with AAD device registration is the foundation for device-based conditional access scenario in the cloud. Device getting unique identity into Azure AD tenancy. Device is authenticated and can be used to enforce conditional access policy and MFA, and can be combined with MDM in Tune or the cloud, and includes support for iOS, Android, Windows devices as well. These are the supported Azure AD DRS or ADFS DRS. You can see it's a slower release cycle, regular update by Microsoft. The ADFS device registration support for Windows 8, 7, 10, and work only with domain joint, whereas the Azure one require Windows 10, bring your own device, and add work school account. ADFS device registration support iOS, Android registration to work. However, the boarding mobile device support will go to Azure. Now, moving to the cloud, you can see iOS, Android devices are supported. It does target on-premise only with ADFS with domain joint, whereas cloud Azure require only Windows 10 Azure AD joint, and you can leverage the device conditional access within Azure by enabling write back with Azure AD Connect. Now, what I need to do, you need to verify the device registration service prereq. What are these? At least my schema needs to be 2012 R2 and above. I need certificate for communication must be including the SAN name for enterprise registration. So if you recall earlier, we said my certificate for communication is could be wildcard or SAN, but if I want to use it for device registration, if you recall, my certificate was adfs.itlandy.com, but if I want to use this one, I will need to use enterprise registration.itlandy.com. Otherwise, wildcard will take care of all these names if you choose it. Like we said about authentication as well, certificate authentication, or this one, enterprise authentication. What else we need to do? Personal device support. These are the Android 4 and above, iOS 6 and above, 8.1 and above, and must be domain joint support devices. Okay. Windows 10 personal device require Azure AD plus write back option with anniversary update as well, at least. I mean, the Windows 10 Anniversary Update Edition did not allow RDS to happen within ADFS, but later on, Microsoft improved it with and they allow it now to be machine joined. These are the dependency and requirements, and how we can initiate the device registration. We can initiate a device. This is how we can initialize it. Devices come enabled and need to be configured. For the forest, to configure the device registration, you can use ADFS Management Console or PowerShell. Require enterprise admin account to do the write back. Register device containers created in the same domain by default. Different domain may be specified in the PowerShell. Device registration configuration is stored in the configuration MC under the following path. In Windows 2012 R2, device registration is disabled by default, and you need to enable it by using PowerShell, like prepare AD, initialize -AD device registration, and then enable -ADFS device registration. And these PowerShell are available on the link, or you can use the Microsoft article. Here we go. These are the two options for you. You can initialize device registration, and you can specify the domain associated with it. You must run the command with enterprise admin right, otherwise it will fail. Okay, so to give an example, initialize -AD device registration -surface account name IT_GMSA _ADFS unhidden. You don't need to see it. Okay, now after we enable the device, this is how we can execute it. So we did initialize. Now this is how we enable it. So to enable the device registration, you must execute each in ADFS farm and execute enable ADFS device registration. Now, one thing I need you to note is this commandlet in 2016 has been deprecated. Okay, the reason why, because it's absolute. They use Microsoft now different commandlets, and they install ADFS farm and ADFS farm node. They do exactly the same thing for us to enable the task. Let me just show you. These are the options. After initialize, we enable it. Then we run PowerShell to update application proxy if required. That's all what I had for you for today in relation to device registration. Next, we'll talk about workplace joined and see how that works for the device registration. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.